It's Capital Leisure, the Norté show with me, Manny Norté, the name you can trust. Is a very special one. Hailing from North Oakland, California.
Hey.
Kehlani.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, you alright?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here. You're like my connect over in London. So.
Oh, well, yeah. To be honest, I've been beating your tunes a lot.
You're the plug, for sure.
Well, you actually here, you took a flight to London.
I did. Like, I think I manifested it in that song.
Yeah, you did. Speak into existence.
Totally.
So baby, I'ma drive it like it's stolen. I'ma fix it like it's broken. We can catch a flight up to London.
Have you spent a lump sum or no?
Just half of it. It took a lump sum to get here in the first place. So I definitely have if we're going to go that route.
Love that. So I think last we spoke was a few months ago. I think it was in the summer. Mm-hmm. And obviously the mixtape had just dropped. You Should Be Here just dropped. But now it's dropped. Everyone's talking about it. It's out. You're touring the world with it.
It's crazy.
You're performing. Everyone knows the songs. It's nominated for a Grammy.
Crazy.
How'd you feel?
I don't know. I've been telling everyone, I'm still thinking somebody's gonna pop out the cuts and be like, "Hey, we were kidding. Here's the actual list." You know what I'm saying? Just because it's a mixtape. Yeah. So first of all, when it first came out and it got put on, the blogs, it was like, okay, well, this is an album-worthy mixtape. And, complex list of best albums of 2015 just came out. I'm number 12. Wow. So it was just I'm still it's a mixtape, you guys. It's wild to think about. So I'm just honored that my mixtape is even in these categories with these beautiful albums.
So you mentioned complex as well. Rolling Stones is bigging you up as well. And Rick Rubin is saying this music will change the world. How do you feel? Do you feel any pressure on that?
Honestly, it's never really pressure that I feel when it comes to these looks. It's more okay, this is a sign that you're doing what you should be doing and that you're going in a bigger direction. Now just, take that with a grain of salt and work hard. Right, okay. So I don't think it's necessarily pressure, even though I guess it's pressure in a positive sense. Okay. Yeah.
So where did you come from? I know you're from California, but how did you get in the game? Because you just come blow, bang. And taking over, literally.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think I looked very different at 3 different points in my life. So
true.
So a lot of people don't know that I've been in the game since I was 13.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Group as well, right?
Yeah, it's not really that new to me. I was in a cover band when I was 13, 14, 15, 16. We went on America's Got Talent. So I look completely different. 13, 14, 15, 16. I look different. Yeah. I went on America's Got Talent. Dipped out the game, took a break for a little bit, came back at 17. Wow. You know what I mean? Look, 17, 18, look completely different than I did before. So a lot of people don't connect those 3 different times in my life. But definitely started in a group and then escalated through different situations.
You've been through a lot of hard times and you're still young. For people listening, obviously that's been through hard times, it's easy to go down that dark road. Yeah. What I don't know, saved you or made you, think positive and just get into where you are now?
Well, one thing I always said, and what's funny about all these interviews that come out that tell my story is it's someone's job to make it seem like I've been through the craziest things in life. You know what I mean? And when they ask me my story, I've told it honestly, but people always forget and leave out the parts where I'm okay, but there's people who've had it worse. Yeah, and there's people who have seen 10 times worse than me and people who are still struggling and haven't got the opportunity to make it over the things I have. And my Wikipedia page is all this just, it's been so hard and crazy. And I'm just but you forgot the part where I was you know what, there's worse and we could definitely move on. So I definitely think it was tough, of course, but to stay positive, I always kept that mindset, which was, there's people out there who aren't even fortunate, they can't even they're not in a place where they can give an interview to even talk about what they've been through. True. You know what I mean? They don't have that platform. A lot of people will never even make it out the city that I grew up in. They can't even go across the bridge 10 minutes away to see San Francisco. True.
So your London shows, you was in the UK, you've done your London shows earlier in the week. I came to your Monday. Yo, first and foremost, your DJ, is it Noodles?
Yes.
Yo, she killed that.
She's nuts.
Yo, she had the place bubbling.
I have to speak about Noodles for a little bit. Just because at the beginning of tour, I remember, this is our 3rd tour of the year. So I remember the first show of the first tour of this year, which was Jeezy's tour. I remember Noodles coming on stage and us literally having to sit her down and be like, yo, why don't you speak? Why don't you talk to the audience? Why don't you play this? Why don't you hype them up? You have all this personality. Go and show them, because she's this bubbly, crazy, I
can see, yeah.
Loud in a great way. She's like a burst of color when she walks anywhere. So the progression from shy Noodles who just played buttons and was like, "Are you guys ready for some R&B music?" To like, I just watched her. I stand on the side of the stage and watch her, and I'm like, "You better go." She goes to the front. She's like hyping everybody in front of the DJ booth, dancing, playing her jams, yelling like, "I said y'all better make some noise. If y'all don't make some noise, I'ma do it." You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous. So I'm just proud of her. That's my sister first and foremost.
Love that.
Her progression is ridiculous.
She killed it. Congrats,
Definitely.
man. And your show, it's like I see the work. I see, the lighting, the logo, the dancing, the dancers. Like your outfit and your vocals as well. It's like,
thank you.
I see and feel the work. How much work you put in when you rehearsing and what you do to keep fit?
Everybody that works around me or quote unquote works for me, I feel like I really trusted with their position. Like, for example, DCam, my videographer, who handles all the stage, visuals and things like that. I'm to the point where I don't have to tell him what I need. You know what I mean? Right. It's like, DCam, you're on visuals, do your thing. And then I'll see the video at the end of the night like, oh, it was great.
Right.
You know what I mean? I trust, there's people on my team who never did this before. Like my tour manager's never been a tour manager, but now he's TMing. He knows how to, I could tap on the top of a bottle of water and somebody knows to open the bottle of water for me.
Yeah.
The other day, This is a funny example. There was the last London show. Both my shoes were untied, right? And then I see my stylist run to the front of the stage and she like signals to my shoes. I realize I'm gonna fall. So I go to the front of the stage. As I'm singing a song, she's on the front of the stage tying my shoes as I'm singing. So it's gotten to the point where we really can peep just by body language how to make things happen. But of course, rehearsals, we rehearsed a lot before the first tour, but then things got complicated because I was working on You Should Be Here. Now I'm working on the album, so we haven't had much time for rehearsals, but everybody kind of handles their own and it all comes together. So I just can say I can thank my great team for like making their performances go so smoothly.
Big up to the family and team.
Yeah.
I was standing next to a girl. She was standing next to me and she said, "Oh my gosh, you got a good belly."
Oh my goodness.
That's exactly what she said. She got good belly. So are you in the gym or is it just natural?
Honestly, okay, when I was in ballet class.
Oh, ballet.
When I was
you
little.
did ballet.
I did ballet. I started off dancing before any music.
Right.
And I had this thing called an umbilical hernia, which is like when there's a tear in your abdomen wall and like your intestines poking through. It's really strange. I get this funny little bump in my stomach that just hurts sometimes.
That sounds good.
But when I was little, there was this one day where the dance teacher pulls me out of class for having like a pokey stomach, and he's like, "Yo, everybody sit on Kehlani's lap and tell her what you want for Christmas since she want to be Santa Claus." And I will never forget that day. And after that day, I held my stomach in at ballet class every time to the point where I was going home with a sore stomach. And I really think because I had to dissect how I got abs out of nowhere. I'm talking about I've had a buff stomach since I was like 14 because of this. But from when I was younger, consistently like holding my stomach in to make sure that, was good in dance class.
Okay.
And then just, I think all the performing and all the laughter, I'm positive. I go to sleep with a sore stomach every day. So.
Yeah. I love that. And your mixtape, it's like, it's a real authentic R&B sound, which is refreshing,
Thank you.
It's like, I see and I feel the SWV, the Mary J, the Genuine, the Montels. You got all the brothers and sisters, or what? How'd you get on it?
No, I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest? Are you serious?
Yeah. I got a lot of little siblings. Shout out to all them little ones.
Oh, wow.
Honestly, I was raised by a very soulful white lady.
Okay.
My auntie's she was like one of them white ladies that really, just date black guys. She got the incense burning around the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, she real soulful. She
used to watch the Cosby Show, I'm sure, back in the day.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she's one of those people, every time you go somewhere, they'd be like, "Are you sure you're not mixed?" And it's not like a forced thing. It's just like the culture, you know what I'm saying? Where we live, where we grew up at.
Okay.
So she was always had the jams. Like, her taste in music is ridiculous. Like,
right.
I never listened to hip hop growing up. She had all the neo soul, all the R&B. Like, we wore out music, Soul Child, Kim, Jill Scott, all that stuff growing up. So by the time I got into like middle school and people was trying to ask me about rap, I was like, I can't tell you nothing. You know what I mean? I don't know hip hop facts. I don't know anything. That's why I stay in my lane. I stick to the R&B focus, but I guess that's why it comes through in my music.
Love that. And also, you're in tune with what's going on in the UK. So you brought out Little Sims.
Yeah.
You brought out Captain Conan, Stormzy. I mean, if you listen to the stuff, you're a fan of the stuff.
Definitely. It's funny because I think some people were asking me like, "Oh, yeah, you just found out who was hot and came here and was like, yeah, let me just," you know what I mean? But these are people that music reached me before I got to this city, or that reached me before I even found out I was going on this tour. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Stormzy, I found out on this tour, but it was because I was on the tour bus trying to sleep, actually, and I hear this just this rapping coming from downstairs. So I go downstairs. I'm like, yo, it's like 3 a.m. I gotta get up for interviews. What is this? It's crazy. My manager goes, okay, you have to watch it from the beginning. Starts the video of Stormzy at the park.
Oh, wow. Fire in the park. Yeah,
we watched the whole thing a couple of times. I kept rewinding it back to hear different lines. You know what I'm saying?
Shut up. Yeah.
Definitely. And I was just like, yo, this is crazy. It's just bars on bars on bars. Sims, I found on social media. We found each other connected. Then met at South by Southwest. We're really friends. Like, she's been to my home. She's been to my house.
Okay.
In LA. Like we went out to eat. Like she came to support me at the show. Like she was gonna come whether she came out on stage or not. But I always would love to bring her out anytime I'm here. Like it's much respect to a woman who can handle all that. And then Krypton Conan, like I feel like they're the perfect blend of like what's hot in America right now and then what's hot here. They definitely brought it, the perfect merge. And their stuff's so hot, you just want to dance to it. So I loved it. True. It was great.
Oh, loving that. It's Capital Extra, man. Norté, the Norté Show. Special guest Kehlani in the place. So, are you a hippie or are you're like a free spirit? You're a very likable character.
I think I'm a cool cross, some type of like a hood hippie.
Yeah,
you know, something like that. Yeah. Thank you.
I don't know. You got a different kind of spirit to you because even when you was on stage, when I was at your show, and you was talking to some of the girls at the front, I like your hair, I like your baby hair. Hope you have a great day. And you said things like that can change people's day. That's real positive energy. You don't normally see that from artists that's talking like that, really.
Well, thank you. Yeah. I mean, I think artists are fortunate. We have this platform. You know what I mean? It's like how I feel when like something crazy goes on in the world and famous people don't post about it, at least to educate on facts.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like if you have, I literally am standing in front of almost 2,000 kids right now, and I'm not going to use this opportunity to tell these kids, you know, something that they can take with them after this concert besides my lyrics, or besides being sweaty from dancing, you know what I mean? Yeah. I want them to take away something else. So I just make sure every city I've gone to, I've had that conversation, I had that talk with the audience and make sure they really leave knowing these things. And, you know, I had a mom DM me the other day and she was like, I brought my 14-year-old daughter to your concert and she was getting bullied in school and things like that. And now she said since she's made friends at your concert like you told them to, like I do the speech where I tell everybody look around the room and make sure they leave knowing somebody new because it's an opportunity for a new friendship.
Love that.
And she literally said she made friends at that concert and now she feels confident enough to go to school and not be afraid. So things like that is really what propels me to keep doing those things. So.
Love that. Kehlani, Manny Norté right here, the Norté Show on Capital Extra. So 2 mixtapes down and you are really in a good space right now.
Yeah.
Right, so you should be here. Yo, your producer, is it how do you pronounce it? Jahan Sweet?
Yeah.
That yo, he's killing it, right?
He's ridiculous. It's so funny. That's probably the most humble genius I've ever met in my life.
I saw his Instagram. He's like a pianist and like really going in.
Yeah, I mean, he's Juilliard graduated. You know what I'm saying? Now I got to call him Juilliard graduated, Grammy nominated. You know what I'm saying? Like it go together. But all props to him because he really comes from a place of like always being a student to everything. You know what I mean? Anytime we go to a session, anytime we go to a show, anytime we go anywhere, it's, you know what, let me put what song is this? Like, we'll be in a lobby or an elevator and, like, some elevator music will come on and he'll instantly, Siri, what song is this? Because I need to know what this is.
Yeah.
Or asking the producer, well, how'd you do that? Or, like, how did this happen? Or we'll go to a show and, did you see the changes he just made? We should work on stuff like that. That's Jahan. And he always inspires me to really take everything with a grain of salt, like I was saying, and just, like, really learn as much as possible because he's hungry, so.
Okay, I love that. What would you say is one of your favorite tunes off of the You Should Be Here tape?
One of my favorites actually is Runnin'.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like lyrically it's one of my strongest songs on that tape just because of it was supposed to be an interlude. It was supposed to be really short, but I just had a lot to say. So I guess I was kind of running at the mouth.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay, so one of my favorites, a couple of, if I may, tell you which ones I like.
Oh, yeah.
Bright.
Thank you.
That is church.
Thank you.
That is real church. I mean, when I spoke to you on the phone, you say you didn't sing in church.
I didn't because I went to church with my grandmother before she passed, my white side of the family. So It was like very boring. No offense. It was very like you know, one side of my family listened to Kirk Franklin. You know what I'm saying? The other side of my family went to church and it was quiet. It was quiet church. You know what I mean? I always loved energetic like Baptist church. You know what I mean? Like that's what I loved. I love going in the music and the energy and the smiles and the laughter and like. the pastor would be cracking jokes, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I loved. So when I got to get a little older and explore, like, churches of my, my preference, I really got into everything. And, like, I never sang in the choir because I was too shy.
Oh, man.
Way too shy.
Really?
Yeah, way too shy. And I must go sit in the back and, like, and just bask in the energy type of person. I never sat in the front or anything. I'm, like, in the back, get this day, get all the love out of it, go, leave happy, and that's me. So.
Okay. So talk to me about Jealous.
Jealous. Yeah. Well, first of all, shout out to Lexi, the rapper on it. She's a 17-year-old from Minnesota.
You guys are so young and killing the game right now.
Man, that's probably why I make music with the people I make music with, is because they're so young. And I feel like we're getting to a point where the young wave is really strong right now. You know what I mean? Granted, all the old heads are trying to come back, and we ultimately respect that. But I feel like they're definitely picking up from our wave. You know?
Nah, definitely. You're keeping it alive.
Yeah, of course. So Lexi's super dope. The song is just pretty much about, when you're in a relationship with somebody and they're more focused on how the relationship looks to other people, or focused on, the surface of everything rather than the actual relationship. So.
Okay. Do artists write the best material when they're going through pain and hard times? Like, of yourself, like Adele, I don't know, like Sam Smith. I'm like Mary J. You always feel the pain. Do you have to experience certain things like that, or how is it?
Yeah, I mean, I think for artists that definitely write their own music, it's definitely based on that. It's usually either something just happened and it's like the healing process that you're getting the best music from, or it just happened and they're all swallowed up in it and you're getting the best stuff.
Right.
Like, I know for a fact, like, when people break up, all the comments are like, oh, they just got their heart broken, this album finna be great. That's everybody's like first response to everything.
Yeah.
So I think it definitely depends on what you're going through at the moment, because your expression is whatever that is. So yeah.
It's like with Mary J. and like even Keisha Cole, when they're singing, you feel the pain when they sing.
Oh man, you can tell Keisha's going through it. Man, that first album, I was like, I hate whoever broke your heart, girl. I feel you. Forget him.
For real. It's crazy. All right, so in your downtime, what are you actually doing, Kehlani?
What is downtime?
Like when you're chilling out, relaxing. Have you not heard the phrase downtime?
Have we don't have that.
When you're chilling out, when you're relaxing.
We don't relax.
Oh, you don't? Oh, you don't relax?
That's what I mean.
No days off?
I can't remember the last time I've taken a break.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No. I disagree.
For example, last night.
Okay.
Got some beers and hung out with everybody, but who do we end up with? The PD of a radio station.
Right.
And crept and Conan, you know what I mean?
Forever working.
All of us developing ideas, throwing ideas out there. So even when it's us chilling, it's really us plotting. Like, we'll go get alcohol and sit and plot on videos, you know what I mean? And sit and talk about future plans. So it's never exactly downtime for us.
Okay, so what you said, no movies? Come on.
I can't remember the last time I've been to the movie theater.
Really?
Yeah. I saw Peter Pan. All of us saw Pan with Wale. It was funny. It was good.
You and Wale?
Because that's my big brother. I made him. I said, look, you can't drive yourself crazy if you don't take any breaks. At the level he's at, he needs breaks. So I'm like, yo, we got to go to the movies and be humans. So he went to the movies. It was super funny. Went right back to the studio.
Yeah, love that. Wow, you really do work hard. You're diligent. You're focused. You're young. I mean, you're on your life plan. I saw a recent interview saying by the time you're 25, you want kids or you want to be nominated for a Grammy. Are you on schedule?
I think I'm on schedule. I think I've gotten a little smarter with the kids comment because I just realized my life is heading in such a crazy place that by the time that happens, I want to at least be able to have downtime.
Okay, downtime. Hashtag.
Definitely.
All right, okay. So what's next for you then? If there's no time, if there's no days off and you're chilling out, there's no downtime. What's next for you? The album, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've been working on this album since the day that the last project got turned in. You know what I'm saying? It never stopped. So I think the pressure is on now because of the Grammy nomination.
Crazy.
Definitely.
The Grammy nomination, you know?
I still can't believe it's coming out of my mouth. It's so wild. It's so wild.
Yeah, pause. Okay, nice.
So,
all right. So the album, so are you an actress? Do you act as well?
Yeah, I want to do everything.
Okay.
I want to act. I want to make clothes, jewelry. You know, I want to go do a run and talk to hospitals. I'm about to go to Oakland actually right after London. I go home for one day to LA. Okay. Then I go to Oakland, do a run with the Oakland Public School District and go talk to a bunch of schools in my city. And then I have my 2 Christmas shows in Oakland. Then I have my Christmas show in, Santa Ana. And
it's good that you're doing it back home as well for Christmas.
Oh, definitely. I mean, This is the biggest theater in my city. Well, the first biggest theater is like I said, like out of the list of theaters, this is one of the biggest. And I actually went to school in this building. I did my school plays in this building. Like, it's huge. It's like I saw Lauryn Hill for the first time in this building.
Crazy.
So it's just a lot of history in there. So I'm blessed to be able to sell it out 2 days in a row.
Sick. Well, thank you very much. Also, you gave me some merchandise, some tees. What'd you give me? Did they fit me though?
Yes, of course. We made sure you got the sizes. These
Okay.
are from our exclusive, pop-up shop collection for the street markets that we just started doing.
Okay.
It's the You Should Be Here exclusive tour tee, the street market
Kehlani
tee.
Tsunami.
Yes, the exclusive Star Wars collection.
May the
You know
wave
what
be
I mean?
with you. Are you a Star Wars fan?
I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
Really?
I actually just
But you don't
found
get time
out,
to see the film because you don't go to the movies.
I actually just found out that, next week will be my, anniversary of my 1 year with Atlantic Records.
Okay.
So actually, one of my mentors and one of the greatest people ever, Mike Karen, decided to surprise me with tickets. So me and him are about
Who's
to
your
go
mentor,
see,
sorry?
Mike Karen.
Okay.
We're about to go see Star Wars
Are
on
you
Monday.
serious?
Last night he texted me, he's like, so guess what? I just happened to get the hardest tickets in the planet for you. I'm like, okay, well, I'm excited. He's like, if you can't guess by now, I don't know what's happening. I'm like, if it's Star Wars, I'm literally going to die. And he was
That's
like, yep,
crazy.
we're going. I was like,
You know, I'm a massive Star Wars
Crazy.
fan. I've got the full Jedi outfit. I'm talking about the cloak, the boots, the belt. I've got the lightsaber, everything.
That's crazy. You should look on my Instagram. Someone just made the dopest photo of me as Princess Leia because I'm
really?
Princess Leia. You know what I'm saying?
You could do the whole buns on the ears as well.
I always wear buns.
There you go. Well, Kehlani, thank you very much for passing through the Norté show right
Thank
here.
you for having
Capital
me.
Extra. It's been a pleasure having your music. I've been playing it for, forever. So
You're the one. Thank you.
Cool. Kehlani, the Norté show, Capital Extra.